welcome, and once again, it's time for my first review of 2012. And weird enough, it's a film that came out last year in some weird way. Now the film I'm talking about is weirdly Puss in Boots, which I saw. So let's get on with the chase of the story. Now before we begin, Puss in Boots was originally a character in Shrek 2, who was a very successful character, played by Antonio Banderas. Not played, but voiced. Then came Shrek 3, which even though it was crap, apparently was still really good. And Shrek 4, even though it was crap, but not too crap, he still was good. So now he's got his own spin-off film, which is probably a marketing ploy by DreamWorks and that lot, but the spin-off film nonetheless. Story is the Puss in Boots being, kicked out of his own town because apparently he's done something criminal or something like that, which I cannot say because it spoils the plot, and if I say that, you're going to moan at me and then I get death threats and a bit too far, but nonetheless. And the story goes on that he meets up with his old friend Humpty Dumpty and some other cat I don't remember of. I think before I heard about the film, I wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be like. I had several doubts about it. After Shrek 3 ended, I just lost my interest of these films, DreamWorks films. And every time people say, but there's some great DreamWorks films, in comes another Madagascar crap, and in comes another film. I liked it. I shockingly liked it. And as though it may weirdly sound, it's a more successful film than Shrek 4, definitely by miles away. It's more successful than Shrek 3. But it's more successful than Shrek 2, and I'll tell you why, because, okay, yes, there are a few problems. First of all, the 3D doesn't work. I've always said many times before. In fact, it's not really, I don't find it as 3D-ish and 3D doesn't work at all. It's better watching 2D than 3D. But other than that, I think it's very good. I think it's a very fun, family fun film. But I reckon it's also a good film for adults to enjoy as well, in a weird way. And the weird thing is, last year I complained about Pixar. And I said, they really marketed the film. But weirdly, the film that's got me back up there is the people that were doing this in the first place. DreamWorks. And I think, for me, yes, it will still be a marketing film, but I think all the characters were good, all the setup was good, the whole animation was brilliant, and it's not as good as many other animation films. Right, yeah, it's not a great pick. It's not as good as all the Pixar films, except for Cars and Cars 2. But what it does, but for me, I think also the fact that Antonio Banderas is very good. I think he's a very family fun actor. He also does some truly horrible, big adult films. Well, there was some foreign film I can't remember the name of. I'm sure you probably tell me. And for me, this film has just relived the horrors of the last 3 Shrek films. And you know what? After many years of moaning at DreamWorks finally starts talking sense. But make sure this is the one-off. I think it's a really good film. Overall, I think this is, for me, the second best type of Shrek film ever. And it really does. Just makes you remembers what was good about DreamWorks in the first place. We made that a one-off. But of course, for me, sadly, DreamWorks will be with Madagascar. But other than that, I'm not talking about that. But overall, I think Puss in Boots, very good film. Very, very good film. And I would say, if I was going to say what's better this year, last year in 2011, DreamWorks or Pixar, I would say DreamWorks this year.